This is a world dominated by girls where the women rule over the entire planet as they have a legendary goddess on their side. However, the men have started a revolution on the most sacred day of all time, just so they can attempt ruling the kingdom of girls. And so today is known as Gomage Day, a super rare event that happens once in a blue moon, where guys are able to see girls for the first time just so they can extract their seeds. So now the most elite squad of the men, also known as the Wolves, are attempting an escape from the Gomage site as they know the Crimson Foxes will retaliate swiftly and brutally if they do not escape. Regardless, Blue Boy Herring decides to join his comrades in battle by jumping straight into the action from the balcony. With him jumping, he's still able to captivate the Blondie and some of the girls, mainly due to his mystical aura of wielding the largest prince behemoth on the planet. Unfortunately for the girls, with Herring joining in on the fray, 3 of the strongest wolves are able to withstand the onslaught of girls running straight into them, as every single one bar 2 are mere recruits. But since most Blondies are lacking something in their brain department, she makes up for it by being super brave and determined, as she wants to take on the elite Garimbi by herself. As such, Blondie proceeds to track them down from behind as Wong and the boys continue charging through looking like a bunch of dudes after hearing from their girl that her parents aren't home anymore. Eventually, Homie Squad ends up running straight into a bunch of girls ready to fire arrows towards them, so the girls release a fiery barrage as soon as they come into vision. It was then, at this very moment, the trio knew they screwed up as Wong is somehow able to squint harder than the people near me when I sneak attack them with my silent but deadly farts. But this is anime after all, so the boys pull out some miraculous defensive maneuvers by hiding behind the makeshift door shield held by Wong, since they now have plot armor on their side. And so the girls end up helplessly looking on as the trio continue making their run for it, as they are flabbergasted that a single wooden door was able to withstand such a show of power. Elsewhere, Karim is back to being his usual King Simp self, so he channels his inner waterbender powers, allowing him to successfully continue evading his Black Thorn pursuers, as the girls cannot find him due to the storm. Eventually, Ara and the Black Thorn are forced to report to Edo Naren, so Ara reveals that 3 of the elite Garimbi members have escaped as well, and Mr. Solid's Snake Karim is nowhere to be found. Upon hearing the unfavorable news, Naren instantly face palms as this is the ultimate S-tier disaster class the Crimson Foxes have ever faced in her entire lifetime. So Naren starts to scold the nearby Black Thorn members, where she ends up calling them a bunch of nudes for hilariously losing to just 4 dudes. Thus, she personally calls over one of her most favorite underlings to help lead the recovery mission, ordering them to personally split up in 2 teams. It's then revealed that they have no idea who exactly the girl was that helped Karim escape, that he speculates actually a special forces dude that wore a wig as his disguise. Nevertheless, with not much information to go from, Naren commands the rest of the Black Thorn to check the nearby canals as they could have anticipated the rain to come. And so they end up tracking all the canals within the city to no avail, leaving Naren no choice but to contact the royal palace to notify them what just occurred. Since this takes place in Asia, Naren claims she will put her life on the line to successfully recover the lost prisoners, as she would never bring shame to her family or the Black Thorn as the supreme commander. Meanwhile, we discover that Herring, Maru, and Wong were able to lose their 5-star wanted level by using some cheats codes. Unluckily for them though, as soon as they lose their wanted level, they end up getting ganked from a nearby trapdoor with a mysterious figure staring right at them. However, the girl does not instantly blow their cover or attack them. Instead, she asks if they are coming to follow her, so it seems like she's a sussy Baka apologist ready to save them all. With Moore and Maru hesitant to follow the girl into the trapdoor, Herring ends up becoming the Sigma male to lead them forward. He then activates a little bit of his leadership skill, so he reasons with the boys that they have no other choice, as the 3 of them cannot withstand at battle against the Black Thorn. And so Maru is the second one in to follow suit, as he knows if he ever wants to see Alita battle Angel ever again and taste the rainbow with Alita, then he will have to take his chance to risk it all. Eventually, Wong joins in as well, so all 3 enter the catacombs hidden underneath of the capital city, but a girl comes flying in from the rooftops. The one is revealed to be Blondie, however. It looks like this girl is no ordinary blonde, as she seems to be in cahoots with the lady leading them down the trapdoor. As such, Blondie the fake blonde allows them to go on with their escape, whilst busy wondering why she's rooting for them deep down in her heart. She even goes as far as to buy them time as a decoy by misleading other recruits chasing them down, so it's clear as day she loves nothing more than getting rice cakes smashed. Elsewhere, Karim has remarkably escaped into the outskirts of the capital city without any Black Thorn members nearby. After getting his bearings, the King Simp proceeds towards an area full of rocks and stops abruptly to stare, almost looking like he's having some inner conflict within. Nonetheless, he continues to rummage through some rocks and ends up pushing one boulder over, where he discovers his Attack on Titan gear ready to go, already fully prepared. Meanwhile, the main city gates open at the capital city, looking like some kind of Wall Maria reenaction as it dramatically opens with girls shouting "Open the door." Shortly after, a bunch of Blackthorn members on Saddleback end up following Commander Erwin Smith's charge forward, so now we know things are about to get even more real. As the Blackthorn members plow on forward, we need to pay some respects as it's been more than a moment since these girls have had their fields plowed by a wolf. Anyways, back to the mysterious girl and the trio still stuck inside the capital. The girl ends up being a dwarf, but she leads them to a hidden storage room. Inside the hidden room, a woman clouded in all black comes out to greet them, looking eerily like a man from afar. Luckily, she removes her hood to reveal an old woman that we saw a few episodes ago. Although with her name still unknown, she currently sits high up in the Royal Crimson Fox Council. She then disarms the trio by letting them know she has no intentions of harming them, since she instead starts telling the same story that Mokbom told Herring when he got caught meeting up with the underground organizations. Long story short, since Mokbom is part of male version of the underground organization, this Afro lady is part of the female version of the same organization Mokbom is part of. Elsewhere, a full Blackthorn squad continues on their search for Karim, but they actually find some of his fresh tracks leading towards some nearby mountains. However, Naren thinks this might be a trap card as there's no way Karim would be so sloppy to leave behind his own tracks, so she tells them to proceed with caution as this feels very sussy. Now speaking of sussy, the storm looms on, but Karim has decided to stop running away, so he stops eating apple to watch some more anime recaps from us, so make sure to subscribe. Meanwhile, a bunch Mega Chads from the Special Forces Delta of the Crimson Foxes begin to arrive where Adom Naren requested them to be at. Now these girls are led by none other than the Silver Beauty Hyang Sealhoy herself, and these monsters are the elite of the elite for the Crimson Foxes. So now Karim is totally screwed as he's being chased by two Blackthorn teams and the entire Delta Squadron ready to destroy him. But before Naren continues her search with her own team, she gets ganked by the leader of the Preparatory Command. With the royal leader appearing before Naren, the White Robe girl orders Naren to return back to the royal palace ASAP, but Naren instantly refuses. However, the white leader claps back and tells her to shut up and continues on with her message. So she alerts Naren she needs to return now as she must prepare for war as the supreme commander of the Crimson Foxes. With the turntables turning as much as the tables in Attack on Titan, Naren stutters by saying she understands causing all attention and confusion to run amok. Thus, the all-out war between the girls and boys are about to begin, so now every single girl feels unease, knowing that they won't get the chance to experience rice cake smashing anytime soon. I feel extremely bad for the girl from Hunter x Hunter, since she's the only one within the One-Step squad to never experience a battering ram siege, so it's totally okay for her to cry. At the same time, the Garibi trio sits helplessly on top of boxes and barrels as they explain their situation to the Water Hyacinth members. Upon revealing why they chose to escape, due to them not wanting to get locked behind and to be loyal to their captain, Wong and Maru gets taken aback when Afro Lady tells them they just want to escape alive as well. Confused to what she meant by that, Herring asks if there's going to be a war, but Afro Lady grins and tells him that it has already started. However, the plot twist is the fact that if Karim perishes, then there will no longer be an ongoing war. But then she begins to send the plot twist into overdrive by hinting that Karim should perish by attempting to usurp the throne from the current Black Wolves leader, instead of helping the North Wind with his conquest of the Kingdom of Girls. Maru then gets irritated that the Afro Lady is talking in some secret code, so he tells her that he thought this was supposed to be cultured anime, not some kind of advanced Attack on Titan foreshadowing. Anyways, with the trio still fidgeting to escape, we find out that the dwarf girl is named Miryong and Afro Lady has tasked her to show them the way out. And so she bids farewell to the trio, wishing them good luck, but Herring notices something peculiar about her. As soon as the Garimbi close the door behind them, another woman has entered the fray, but this time she looks like she has some silver hair exactly like Hyang Sealhoy. With so many rats now being exposed to us, I can't keep track of them since it feels exactly like New York City. Regardless, Afro Lady tells Hyang Sealhoy she will be keeping a close eye on Herring and Karim herself.